Hi, everybody. It's Pastor Rob from Rose Park Baptist Church in Holland, Michigan. Today, we are going to deal with your biggest problem. And that problem, you say, what is that problem, preacher? Well, that problem is you, my friend. This is your midday Bible break. Today, we're in the book of Jonah, chapter 1 and verse 12. I want you to listen to what Brother Jonah had to say. And he said unto them, take me up and cast me forth into the sea. So shall the sea be calm unto you. Now listen, for I know that for my sake, this great tempest is upon you. Listen, you know whose problem, who was Jonah's greatest problem? It was Jonah. Now listen, he didn't get mad at the waves. He didn't get mad at the wind. He didn't blame the workers in the sea, and he certainly didn't blame the whale. Listen, it wasn't the whale, the wave, the winds, or the ship workers. It was Jonah. Jonah's greatest problem was Jonah. Now, let me just ask you, if you have a problem everywhere you go, maybe it's not everywhere you go. If you have a problem with everyone you're around, maybe it's not everyone you're around, maybe it's you. Now, listen, your greatest problem, friend, isn't your spouse, it's you. Your greatest problem isn't your job or the government or the virus or society. My friend, it's you. You and I, we have what's called a sin nature. We're born with sin and we commit sin, and that sin causes us our problems. Now listen, the greatest funeral you're ever going to have to attend, or the hardest funeral you're ever going to have to attend, is your own will, your own flesh, your own desires. My friend, the greatest problem that we have is us. Jonah said, hey, you know what? It's me. I'm the problem. I'm the issue. This is why everything's going wrong. Everything's going bad. The sea's going crazy. The wind's blowing. Everything's going wrong. Nothing's going right. You know what the problem was? It was Jonah. My friends, let me encourage you in these things. Number one, just fess up to it. Just admit that you are or can be or a part of your own problems, all right? Number two, what do you do about that? Once you're honest with God and once you're honest with yourself that you are your biggest problem, you're the one causing the problems, or at least a part of the problem, can I say, number two, you need to go to God. God already knows it. By the way, your family already knows it. Your spouse probably knows it. I love this story from D.L. Moody. Man came up to D.L. Moody. He said, you know what? I haven't sinned in years. And D.L. Moody looked at him and said, let's go ask your wife. Apparently, according to the historians, the man blew up with an exceptional tirade, and it showed everybody that, well, if he hadn't sinned in years, he just did. And he was quite put out by that. Listen, everybody else knows, but you sometimes. All right, I don't know if you've ever been around people like that. They're like, what's the problem? What's the problem? Well, sometimes the problem is you. And sometimes you have to deal with yourself and deal with your problems. Number one, admit the problem. Number two, go to God with the problem. Say, God, look, I know I'm the one causing my problems. God, I know it's my mouth or my heart or my attitude or whatever it is, but God, I need your help. And then number three, this is what God will have you do. Number one, he'll have you get in the Word of God. See, the Word of God will inform you and then allow the Spirit of God inside of you to transform you. See, once you get saved, you get born again, you have the Spirit of the living God living inside of you, and that Spirit of God brings you under conviction about the areas you're wrong. Now, you get in the Bible and you'll find out where you're wrong and find out how to get that right. See, the Bible informs us, and the Spirit of God inside of us transforms us. My friend, if this has rung your doorbell, if these shoes fit, then my friend, may I just encourage you to just face up to the problem that you're the problem. I know I'm my biggest problem. It's not my wife. It's not my family. It's not my church. It's not my ministry. It's not my society. But the biggest problem in my life is me, and I have to deal with me. My friend, I hope this has been a help to you and an encouragement to you. Until we meet again, let's keep looking unto Jesus.